slightly finer detail is called for here. Yeah. Or actually, doop doop. Yeah. All right. So something like this, roughly. For like the sill. Oh, and actually, well, no, for like the window and the banner, and then so for the sill, it'll probably come out like the other stuff. There'll be like a good array, or there'll be good space to like to pile stuff up. And then it'll be shadowed, of course, because it's supposed to be like 3D ish. Also, I think yeah, the edge of or the like the caboose of this cart is going to be slightly shadowed, just because I mean normally things on that side are lit, but I'm just because it's like up against the side of the building. I'm gonna make it. I'm also just gonna try and make it like not very 3D. Like I'm gonna try to make it look kind of flat against the not like flat in volume, but like not it'll be fairly orthogonal to the um, it seems like there are an awful lot of people on screen. There are a lot of people in the channel. So well, there are like what there was like 15 people in the channel right now. So I mean, there's nothing fake going on. Like every yeah. So I mean, like it's kind of hard to prove because like a lot of the players like until you talk in chat, you don't actually see your character on screen. But that's like yeah. I mean, that could be I think like part of the reason it seems like a lot of people is because right as soon as someone leaves one side of the screen, they come right back on the other side of the screen. But yeah, because like the game just constantly like picks from people who are not on screen and puts them on screen. So if there are the exact number of people on like in the game that could show on screen, then as soon as one of them leaves like one end, they just literally pop right back in the other end. So the only time you ever see is like I think that magic number is what like 12 or like 13 or something for how many people fit on screen at one time. No, actually, it might be lower. It might be like 10. Um, and so when as long as there are more than 10 people here, it looks like there are like infinitely many people here. um, so welcome everyone. The game we're talking about is SideQuest. If you haven't seen it before, we are all characters in this game, as you may have deduced from what I was just talking about. And if you say something in chat, you actually I mean you have a character in the game regardless of whether you say something in chat. But as soon as you say something in chat, your character's name tag will show up too, so you can keep track of it. You can keep track of your character. You can check out your sweet adventuring gear that you've collected from gaining levels and experience from playing the game. Uh, is it just yeah, it's I is the oh yeah no something I should be paying attention to is whether the event sound is working correctly now because like the event sound used to not play correctly all the time and I assume that was because of the audio solution that I've been using. I feel like it had to have been that Pygame which I had been using for the audio just like sometimes wouldn't fire like sometimes it would just not play the audio event because like there was like basically nothing in the code that would have indicated like any sort of variability. So like if the audio wasn't playing, like it shouldn't have been playing. It should have been either playing all the time or none of the time. Like I could not for the life of me decipher a situation where in the code like would be calling it in any different way. There were no conditional statements surrounding whether that would get fired. So I switched to a different audio solution, and I feel like it should work now. But I should also be keeping track of. Hey, I gained level 4! Yay! Sorry. I'm really low level in this game. You'd think I'd be higher level since I made the game, but I just put in a new feature the other day where Trusty Bard tweets out. No, the WAV file is fine because it plays again like corrupt WAV file is the sort of thing that like if that happened, it would probably happen like all the time or none of the time, right? But like it just happens some of the time, or it did happen some of the time. I think it might happen all the time now. It might be fixed. I might have nothing to worry about, but it's just the sort of thing that like I still like on the back of my mind I'm like ew, like I hope that works correctly because if that's not working correctly I honestly have no clue what at this point and I don't want to have to figure it out so hopefully it's just all working. Hopefully this is all working great. Again, like this. I really don't have to be rendering the inside of this cart very much because I this is probably just gonna all be covered up with like all kinds of stuff. But I'm just gonna I don't know. It was looking a little flat. It was looking a little too flat. So I just want to add like some implication of depth around the edges, and then also when we stack wares up inside here, we'll want them to like they might not like literally cover the entire table. So we'll want the edges and gaps between the items to be rendered sensibly as like whatever like it was they're resting on a surface, so this is the surface they're resting on. Do do do. Yeah, and then it does. This doesn't actually have to come down so low. This I still haven't completely figured out what exactly is happening at the front of the cart. Uh, the so this is relatively the shape of the wagon. I guess it's pretty boxy. There's kind of a boxy vibe to the structure of this village. Like everything's very square and orthogonal. There are not very many round shapes around here. Not round these parts. Sorry. Sorry. um, what am I doing with my life? Okay, so yeah, okay, so I just let's lend a little more shape to the cart as like a 3D form in the world. Give it an edge, and this whole business, like this is like the part where like you would hitch the wagon to like whatever animals you happen to have driving your wagon, or not driving. What's it called when a horse drives a wagon? Not like drives a wagon. What do horses do to a wagon? Pull. I guess they just pull. Uh, it's like that part. I guess I don't know. I guess there might be like again. I'm making this up because I don't actually know how these work. But like maybe there's like maybe they're like strappy, ropey, whatever's. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff actually works. I'll just pretend like that. I'll just pretend that makes sense. Uh, yeah. I apologize for any puns I accidentally uh, do not filter out while streaming. I forget to not say the puns that are constantly going through my head. Not constantly, but I do have a problem. uh, all right, so I don't know. So we're not using the like the cart is not currently getting dragged around. So the whatever, I guess these are like the whatever like this is like the harness stuff that usually gets used to pull the cart around. And I should probably like look up to see if this actually makes sense what I'm drawing here, but I don't really care that much. It makes enough sense to me. All right, so this will make a lot more sense also once there's a wheel on the wagon, because wagons without some people have like a violent reaction to puns. Like I think some people are like allergic to puns, basically. Um, so I try and be Thank you, Protoss. I try and be sensitive to people who have horribly averse reactions to puns. I try and I try not to trigger their whatever it is of them that cannot handle the puns. Um, this sill is actually too low. It should not come down. Oh wait, no. It's that low. It's supposed to be that low. So the window is too high. There's too much space between the sill and the window. So I think I actually have to bring the window down, which is fine. It's probably too high. Actually, let's look at it relative. Yeah, it's way too high. So copy or wait, that was supposed to be copy, not cut. Paste. Bring this down as such, I suppose. That's probably a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine. and then and then yeah, because this surface that was like that's like supposed to be jutting out a little bit. It was like, oops, not clone snap tool. Is it no, not clone snap tool? I'm sorry, clone snap tool. Uh, yeah, it's not supposed to be jutting out very far. Okay, and then so wheel time. New layer, new layer. Actually, I have a lot of layers here. I should be like, oh, the foreground layer. Yeah, I still don't know what I'm gonna do in the foreground exactly. What's layer 8? Oh, the snow. one of the uh, one of the transitions is gonna be snow. So I was just drawing that to make sure that the snow coloration would look okay, that it would transition okay, and I think it does. Well enough. Uh, oh yeah, those are the spec people that I put in earlier. I don't need that layer anymore. I can get rid of that one. Layer 13. Oh yeah, this is wheel. Layer 12. Oh yeah, those more spec people. I don't need those either. Layer 11. Oh yeah, those are more spec people. But I actually want to look at those again. So, it's like near foreground is what that layer is called. Or no, sorry, no, that's mid near ground or near mid ground. I forget what I call it, but it's one of those two. Oh wait, I have one of those already. Oh right, the water used to be the right because the other environment that this connects. So the way I'm thinking of transitioning these environments is from the river to the snow. So altogether, oops, wrong folder. Altogether, the map of transitions, once I'm done, I think will look like this. There's no question mark, question mark, question mark. That's the next one. But yeah, so right now we don't have any of this going on. The transitions are oops, wrong, wrong key. The transitions are just mountain, cave, river, forest, snow. But so then when we add this one in, I want it to be oops. I want to go like so. This basically like this. So there'll be the so basically yeah. So the river will instead of just always going to the forest, the river will have the option to go to the village, and the village will loop back to the snow. Which oh yeah, I guess that's a little short because it just goes river to village, and then village always goes to snow, and then snow always goes back to river. But I guess that's why the next one that I put in, I want it to go from village to somewhere, and then have the option of going from somewhere back to cave. So that way there's a little more variety, and you don't always like end up going in the same loop, same circles sort of thing. Uh, so yeah. Uh, excuse me, just stretching a little bit. Oof, it's only like one. It's only like 1 o'clock. I've been streaming only for like 3 hours, or no, like only like 2 hours. Just a little stiff, I guess. Mm, yeah. um, that's an interesting question, Killer Q. When did they actually decide like what hotkeys would be like the standard hotkeys? Like what was the first program that used Control C as copy? Like and then who decided who decided that like cut and paste? I assume they did just chose it because they were right next to each other, right? But if someone must have been the first like some program must have been the first program to do that. So I wonder. Um I am not a Uh, oh, oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna just for funsies, I'm going to take the near ground, copy this, paste here because this is our updated version. I'm gonna save this, and I'm just gonna see what these layers look like together now that we've done as much. So let's take our fake script, our clone script, and run this again. See what it does. Alright, so this is like roughly what our village will be looking like someday. Except, yeah, the wagon will have wheels, the carts will have goods and oh, the top of the wagon. I'm probably gonna want to bring the top of the wagon down a little bit, which is why I run this script to see what stuff looks like. I because yeah, the top of the wagon is at kind of an awkward height because it's right at the top of it's right at the same height as the roofs, so it's just gonna line up weird a lot of the time and just look like kind of awkward in that regard. So because like I brought down the windowy part of the wagon, so I can bring down the top part of the wagon as well. There's plenty of space there. Hey Nickel, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, so yeah, other than that, I think things are looking okay. I like that the top of the thing brings in a different type of color, and I want to do that in a few other places, like the other. So there's this lavender stand, and I'll make the other stand that I haven't drawn the roof the cover part of it yet. I'll draw that as different color as well, and then like the produce and like the stuff that goes on the carts, like the goods and the wares, like maybe one of these carts like sells like cloths or like bolts of fabric or something. Maybe that's where everyone's getting these colorful cloth overhangs from. So like yeah, the like the one that like the tiered stand, like maybe there'll just be like bolts of different colored cloth there. I do want the city to feel a little more like culture-y, having culture. um, and then yeah, so then I'm putting like some amount of detail into this front layer, and then more quickly, like with less intricacy and like less detail. I also want to put carts on the mid ground as well. I want to basically like just slap in a few there as well, and so that's another opportunity to put in a little more color and then the people, and then I think that is the village. Of course, at that point, I'll want to start working on the transitions. The transitions will be simpler though, because there's not going to be like the people and the carts and that stuff on the outskirts of town. The outskirts of town will have some houses. They'll get a little more spread out. Like maybe there's like a broken down one like on the very edge of town. Like maybe it looks abandoned and like maybe it doesn't have a door or something like that. Um, uh, thank you, thank you, Nickel. Um, oh, also, I don't know. These buildings are really drab. I might want to. I want to make these look a little less drab. Just because there are two of them right next to each other. Maybe I'll change like the color of one of the doors or something. Um, and I can put like I've been saying. I mean I don't know if it'll work out, but I kind of want the some of the foliage to like be climbing up the walls of the buildings, like vines, kind of a little bit. So that's one thing I can do to make it so that the surface, because the surfaces of the buildings are very samey, very similar across. Uh, so yeah, all right. So I think those are the goals. I can make the cart pop a little more too. It's a little subtle. It's like I can make the lavender a little more vibrant, uh, or just like the whole wood tone of this front layer. I can make it a little more a little brighter. It's like the background layers, because the facades of these buildings are so light. Like even the background layers, usually the background kind of sinks back, and like the tone, like the colors get a little more muted and a little more. I was thinking of fountain possibly, but yeah, I was thinking of putting in like a feature like that. A well, yeah, a well probably would make more sense because I keep calling it a village. Although, yeah, I guess I was thinking of fountain because like the reference photos I was looking actually looked a little more luxe, but uh, yeah, water feature would be nice. Uh, the reason I haven't yet is because I the more prominent and distinct a feature is, well, I guess like I mean I kind of did this to myself with the wagon, right? The more prominent and distinctive feature is, like the more obvious it is when it loops around the screen because the backgrounds are looping. But I guess that's fine. I mean, like there's no one is gonna play this game and be like, wait, the backgrounds don't loop. Like no one's gonna be like appalled, I think. by that. Like I think pretty much most. I think if you play the game, you kind of pick up on that. So I think that'd probably be okay. Um, all right, so I'll yeah, let's get back to work. I will. So I'll stop the script and do. So yeah, wagon wheels, and then the rest of the carts. Oh yeah, actually, before I do that, I'm not gonna change everything. I'm just gonna make the top of this cart a little more vibrant, um, just so it stands out a little bit more. I'm not gonna do like all the wood tones and everything, but just whoops, nope, I did not mean to invert colors. Oh, that's cute. Undo. Adjustments. Instead, hue and saturation. I'm just gonna punch up the saturation a little bit. Maybe bring down the lightness slightly, but I don't know. What do I like better, that or? I did say I wanted it to be a little more vibrant, so I'll give it a shot. And who knows, maybe I'll dial it back later. But that's okay for now. Okay, so the so green is represented in the vegetation. Red tones are represented pretty well throughout. I think this last cart drapery roof thing will probably be bluish because yeah, I don't know. To me, for some reason, like color and culture and variety, like they're represented by like a broad range of like tone, I guess. Uh, uh, oh yeah, so wagon wheel. All right, so I kind of like for it to be big, but I don't think it actually is gonna fit super big. It can come down a little bit low. It can come down like this low. Oh wait, what if oh yeah. Oh, for one thing, actually, before I forget, I want to bring down the top of the wagon. So copy paste. Oh, wrong layer. Copy paste. Scooch, 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 scooch. Yeah, there we go. Uh, so, doop doop. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna shrink the window a little bit because I'm gonna make room for the wheel. Actually, no. Even if I shrink the window, nah. I was thinking like I can make the window smaller and then have room for the wheels, right? But no, even if I shrunk the window down, like I want the wheel, like if I can make the wheels as big as I wanted, I would make them about this big, right? But then the window would have to get really short. The window would have to get like this short in order to fit between those wheels. So probably not going to do that actually. Uh, so Cheeseman Panda, do you know how to use the event submission form? Because alright, these wheels are gonna look silly. They're just gonna be very small wheels. That's fine. No, they can come down further, right? That's the thing. Alright, so if you ever try and draw a circle freehand, you're going to fail, which is why I'm drawing these circles. Whoops. Oh shoot, I'm the wrong layer. Derps. I made the wheel layer and I just didn't use it. Yeah, no. So yeah, so if you ever try and draw a circle freehand, it's not going to turn out very well. Which is why I'm drawing these freehand, because I want these wheels to look handmade, or like, like not, like they're supposed to be. I'm gonna try and make them like fairly round, but I also want them to look like imperfect. Like, again, like I said, like I don't want this town to look luxurious per se. I want it to look like, and I know it's an exaggeration because I know like even like a not luxurious, not like super rich wheel would at least still be like more round than I'm going to be making it, but whatever. I like to play with like a little bit of exaggeration. So just so that the wheels are like basically the same size, I'm also going to once I get it round enough, I'm going to copy pasta. So copy new layer, or I can just duplicate the layer, I guess. Hey, how about that? Rotate 180 degrees. And let's see what that did. Yeah, so now there's a wheel up in the sky over here. Oops, wrong tool. Alright. So now we have two of basically the same wheel. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I just instinctively made the wheel flatter on the bottom. Because things sit on the ground if you make them flatter on the bottom. And I made it pointier on the top because it didn't matter as much there. So let me just adjust for that real quick. Here, I'll squish these layers together. Because I don't... Yeah, I can't make the wheel come down this far, because if I do, the adventurers will, like, kick it. Oh, whoa, I can't even make it come down that far. Wow, the adventurers... Oh, I made this path really narrow. Shoot. Well, shoot, then. I guess I have to, like, push this whole thing back up a little bit. Because, like, the wheels have to go, yeah, that's going to look crazy if I don't scooch it up. So, the wheels have to go, the wheels can't go lower than, like, this, actually. And so, that would mean that the wagon would have to go, like what? Doop-a-doop. Like so. Alright. Oh, thank you, Killer Key. Yeah. That should be about okay. Just because I can't really do better. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. Right, because there are 4 wagon wheels, right? So it's going to be also like, duplicate layers. There's also going to be like, the other wheels that are like back here, I guess. That's probably roughly what that'll go like. All right, that's looking okay. So I'm not gonna actually make that layer yet because I haven't finished these wheels. All right, so now let's do the not clone stamp. Never clone stamp. Never clone stamp. All right, so let's do the inside of the wheels. I don't need to be looking at the adventure right now. So it could be that these wheels fall at like a slightly awkward height. Actually, let's even hide the wagon. And the adventures. Like we saw earlier, the wagon, like when it was really tall, it felt like a slightly awkward height. But if that's the worst part, like if that's all that's happening with the image, like that's okay. That's like livable. That's like, as far as like things that could be wrong with it, like that one is probably the least bad. The other considerations about like how it lines up and like whether it sits on the ground and all those other things, those are actually like higher priority, more important sort of things. So yeah. Oops. Doop-a-doop. I cannot draw this again for the life of me. I keep trying it like not close enough. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe I can do this. I can do it. I know I can. I believe in my heart of hearts. Doop doop. Uh, all right. How's chat going? Oh. um, oh, cool. You guys. Good job. I was paying attention to the story, but you guys. You guys did it. You made it to yeah, the betrayal storyline. That's the good ending because everything is worth more points. Oh yeah, I guess I don't really specify it, but the thing about so yeah, the most recent event was the Queen invites you to dine at the Royal Hall. After dinner, you can watch a tremendous fireworks display. Um, the thing that I don't mention about that is that oh yeah, you know what I should do is I should just be explicit about it because it says nice watch, nice dine, but if we look at the if we look at the oh wait, maybe I do that. Maybe I do this. Hold on, let me check. If we look at the chat log, how many points did you guys get for that event? Yeah, you both got 3 points for that event, and that's because in that because that was a because you guys did so well at solving the cler or like foiling the cleric's plan. You got that bonus event which is actually worth an extra point. So even though you both got nice like nice watch, nice dine, um, oh yeah, it was huh. Yeah, so for it's also event type 1. So the outcomes are random. I was gonna say like maybe instead of saying nice watch, nice dine, maybe it should have said perfect watch, perfect dine, because that's what it usually says when you get like the optimal outcome. But um, for other event types, like there are bonus events of other event types that I don't know. It would look it's like so for, like let's say there was event type 2, like usually with event type 2, yeah, no, in that case event type 2 instead of having a one perfect and like or like yeah, instead of possibly having like one perfect and like the rest like not perfect or nice, it would have like one perfect and then the rest would be nice, which I don't know. Like maybe that's fine, but I'll have to think about that because there's yeah, it just means different things in different contexts. So if I just change it outright, it might get weirder than better. So we'll see. Uh, uh, um, um, okay. Um, so yeah, let's get back to wagon wheels. Wagon wheels. Almost there. These are not like these are not like these are basically the type of wheels like a kindergartner would draw if the kindergartner drew wagon wheels, but whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm I'm comfortable with the maturity levels of my art style. Uh, and I will though. Uh, yeah, see, would a kindergartner do that? Would a kindergartner have two-tone shading? I don't think so. This is at least like second grader material. And heck, I'll even I'll even line up the axles better so it doesn't look quite as pathetic. Not to imply that kindergartners are pathetic. Kindergartners are delightful. Some of my friends are kindergartners. I should stop talking. In general, does anyone have any questions? I can answer questions. All right, this is fine, and then something to copy all, or actually, let's look at it in context to see. Yeah, that's fine enough. Because I'm actually gonna like shave off some of it. It's like it's not gonna overlap the other stuff. All right, so So duplicate these layers. Duplicate this layer, move it down here, scooch it up. Or no, actually, wait. Image. What if I just flipped it horizontal? Oops, not image. Flip the layer horizontal. And then what would that do? How'd that go? Does that work okay? For like the wheels in the background. Ah, that could be worse. That could be okay. Um, hmm. Spokes are kind of a mess, but it's not like I can really do it without spokes, right? If I did it without spokes, it would look like it was floating. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Alright, and so then I can flatten those layers, but I'm not in any rush to, because if I feel like touching it up later, I might feel like touching it up later. Oh yeah, one thing I will do though is hey, Codehearted, welcome back. Uh, if you I was just thinking, if you ever become an action hero code hard programming, you should probably at some point during your action film look at the camera and be like, I code hard and I play hard. Probably. I don't know for a fact. I'm not a cinematographer myself, but I I feel like that would work. I feel like that would be blockbuster, instant blockbuster success. If you included that line. Again, I'm not a professional, but I think that would work. I think you could sell it. Oh, I probably shouldn't have deleted that yet because I actually want to change the shape of this sill again. Again, the sill is just like it's too long. It's too wide. It needs to. I think it just needs to flatten up a bit. So I'm gonna pull it out like this, as such, and then actually, yeah, it won't cover up quite as much of the wheel. Maybe I should use like different tones on the wheel, just so it was even more the delineation was even more noticeable. But I didn't, and whatever, that's fine. Um, so um, so you have nothing to code. Wait, you ever had the point in time where you didn't have anything to code and you have no ideas? Um, I keep a backlog for just such an occasion. I oh actually wait, who is it? Yeah, someone earlier requested that I share the backlog too. So if anyone's curious as to like what my backlog is at any given time, it is technically. I guess I can. If anyone's curious about it, it's yeah, it's the nice thing about this is oh, why did animation? Oh, I haven't actually finished this. Oh, I should. Yeah, speaking of my backlog, this is actually the top of the list. Um, yeah, because whenever I get the situation where I don't have, uh, where like I don't know what to do. So the nice thing is for one thing, I have like the stuff that I'm pretty sure I want to do, and then I also have the stuff that I'm currently working on, just in case I've forgotten what currently working on. But then the other thing I have is this limbo uh, list, which this is stuff that like is probably crazy, but like I might have wanted something like it at one point in time. So these are all the things that like they made it on this list somehow, but for whatever reason like they're just probably not going to work out. Having a list like this, I kind of like because it reminds me of like other ideas that I'd had over the course of the project. Yeah, that's. Oh wait, I mean, it wasn't. It's not a new comic or anything, but one of my friends reposted a comic earlier today, which I thought is especially relevant to the current topic. It was where is it? Sorry, just real quick. Go faster. Load faster. Load faster. Load faster. No. Uh, yeah, here we go. Uh, yeah, this one. Okay. It's just a funny comic. Oh, here, I'll put it on the main screen too, so that people who are not in chat can see it as well. It's just, I can definitely just really relate. I can just really relate to this. Wait here, let me make sure it's all on screen. This is exactly like what Protus, or not, excuse me, not Protus, what Lauren was saying. In my, this is like, well, that's what it means to me. Yeah. All right. So, uh, did people orange? Oh yeah, yeah. The reason I'm always the color I am is because with Twitch Turbo, you can choose your chat color. It's also different for different people. Uh, it's funny because we literally see each other we see each other as different chat colors too. So it's always fun. All right, what am I? Oh yeah, so I cut a little too much off the wheel. I'm just gonna put that back on real quick. Uh, so on this layer, I just cut off a little too much. It's a little overzealous when I was like adjusting for the whoops, again too much. A little overzealous, but that should be close enough at least. Okay. So wagon, yeah. All right. Yikes, that is a lot of detail. It's not gonna be as busy once there's the oops, not the mid ground, the mid ground underneath it. Yeah, that's not as bad. Yeah. I might want to temper that though, because it's a little high contrast. So yeah, I think I'm gonna soften the tone of the wheels just slightly. Uh, so that way, maybe even maybe it'll even set it apart from. Oops, not that much contrast. Maybe it'll even set it apart from the rest of the wagon a little bit. If I they're just like too contrasty, I guess. So I don't want to go crazy with it, but I just want it to be like not quite as jarringly different. It's like I don't know. That's a little bit better, I think. All right, and then I think the construction of this wagon is probably not great, not what you would typically expect from a wagon that you would want to be in any way associated with. But that's fine. I'm gonna slide back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pixels on both of these wheel layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, of course, I'll have to erase more of this. Why am I using my... Oops, wrong layer. Why am I using my mouse and not my stylus? Why am I still using my mouse and not my stylus? There we go. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay. That's less bad. That's fine. We'll just go with that. All right, yeah, I should not be taking forever because if I go into like crazy detail on all these things, I'm gonna be here forever. So let's do what? I'm actually thinking I should probably no. This is fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. Uh, right? Okay. So the yeah. So this other stand is not all rendered yet. So let's get on that. Do, do. I can use a slightly larger brush for this. In the first place. Oh yeah, and this is not supposed to come up nearly so high. Oh, whoa, what the heck layer am I on? Oh, I'm still on the wheel layer or something. So, let's get back on the correct layer. Alright. Doop doop. It's not supposed to be nearly so high. And it's not even supposed to come up so high. And it's not supposed to be that color. I think I was saying that this one, I'd want it to be like a blue color. Oh, wait, what? Huh. I don't know if that's quite right, but we'll just go with something like this for now. And then it comes down like the others, just like a little hanging, overhangy thing or whatever. And then there's the posts holding it up. And there is the oh yeah, this post is shaded, and then there's the top surface is shaded, and then the side is shaded, and these are actually not even so thick. Oops. And there's apparently shrubbery here for some reason. Alright, so that's, oh yeah, actually, yeah, so there is a little bit of shading on the inside here. Yeah. Alright, oh yeah, and then shading of this overhang as well. Actually, let me get the color of the overhang. A little different, probably. Just slightly different. More saturated? More saturated? Maybe. But not as dark. More saturated? No, not more saturated than that. That's probably a good level of saturation. But not so dark. Oh, so maybe actually slightly... No, that's about right. That's okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. I don't know, like, I am introducing more colors here than I usually do. Like, it's, like, the environments are usually a little more, monotonous. I mean that literally, like, there's the same tone is repeated a little more so than usual. Or more so than here. But, yeah, I can always come back and tune these at the end once I have, like, the big picture. Because, like, I feel like I probably am going a little too far with some of it, but I still don't know which of it is too far and which of it is the right farness, so that'll be clearer later on. Alright, wait, hold on, let me bring this up slightly, and ooh, that was very poorly drawn. Hold on, let me try that again. Alright, and then shrink this down slightly to go back in the other direction. And actually, I think that's a little too much on the bottom. Doop doop, doop doop doop. Doop doop. So yeah, roughly like that, and then yeah, that's about right. And then oh, oops, the shape of that. Oops, the shape of that a little bit better, a little bit better. Yeah, and I can do a better job in the edges here. I kind of rushed this one a bit, so I can go back and refine it a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Actually, this edge as well. Alright. Oh, how do I get ideas for games? That's an interesting question. Yeah, where do I get ideas for games? I actually don't know. I think like the reason I have so many ideas for games, I think is because at a certain point, once I realized that like, yeah, game like having game ideas is like going to be an important part of like what I do with my life, like as a game developer, I just like became really receptive of them. Like so, whenever like something crossed my mind that was like slightly game related, instead of just like dismissing it as like a fleeting thought, I would actually like really give it give it like brain space and like really think about it and like so yeah, at this point, like even if I have like a really stupid idea for a game, or like even if something like pops into my head and it's like so dumb and it's like not a good idea whatsoever, I'll still like entertain it for like a moment, just to like, because I'll ask myself like, well, is it just that is there something that I could do with it that would make it not a stupid idea? Like, is there something I could do with it that would make it a more interesting idea? And sometimes the answer is like, yeah, well, actually, if instead of like the obvious thing, if instead you did like something a little more subtle, or like if you did something else with it instead, then like actually it could be something kind of nice. So uh, a lot of times it's not even a fully formed idea. Like when you have it, right? It's like something will pop in your head, and it's like you have an idea of like you know part of a game, or like you'll have an idea for like something that would be fun in the context of a game, and then maybe it won't be until like a long time later that you actually have the other half of the idea that like brings it all together. So uh, hey, that's the new follower. Nice. uh it's me, Paul410. Welcome. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. um I Yeah, so well, okay, so just as an example of like ideas and like how I have an idea and how it turns into a game is like when I started working independently, the so I'm just gonna I don't go to my website too often, but I'm gonna do it right now. When I first started working independently, the first game, like the first time I sat down to make a game by myself, I was like, the idea that I had in my mind that uh, I chose as the one to like start turning into a game project was the idea that you couldn't control anything. You could only influence the position of something by gravitating, but or by applying a gravitational force. So that was literally that was all it was. It was just like, all right, so you apply gravitational force to something for some reason, and so obviously it's a sphere because like uh, I decided quickly like gravitational force is most interesting when applied to a sphere, and so before this game. Actually, wait, hold on. I haven't done this in a while, so sorry if you'll indulge me. P1. This is the first playable build of Grav. And this is actually like this is a full day's work. So this is literally after the first day of working on Grav. This is what I came up with. And the way I got here was I made I made the yeah. So I made like a sphere get gravitated to your cursor whenever you clicked, and then I made it so that it would could bounce off of bricks, and it could break bricks, and it could pick up pills or the capsule shapes, and that was all I had. And then so like I can't even really say that I had the idea for Grav when I started working on Grav, because once I had all those pieces that like were the extent of my idea, um, it was really boring. It wasn't fun, and so it just um, so I started thinking like I had something that was like boring and a bad game idea and wasn't fun, and I was like, well, what would make it more fun? Like what would make it a good idea instead of a bad idea? And so I just went I was just like I'll just add more. So instead of having just one sphere, I'm like, what if there were more spheres? And I think I put in like 5 spheres, and I was like, this is too many spheres. But it was way more fun. It was like it was immediately like way more fun, and so I kept doing that. I kept looking at the game, and I was like, well, this isn't a game. This isn't fun. This isn't a game. What does it what would it need to be that? Like what's like the I don't know. So I guess like so I guess the idea of so I guess like if the question like how do I get my ideas for games? Like I get them in pieces. I get them in small pieces. I get like I get like a hunch of something that like might be different, like something I haven't seen before. Okay, it always starts with that. It always starts with something I haven't seen before because like I think the best way to make like a unique game that like isn't going to be like every other game out there is probably to like don't hope that that'll happen somewhere along the way. Like start with that as like a precept, I think. And that's not mandatory. That's just like I that's personally how I view game development. It's something that's important to me personally. Yeah, so I start with that, and then from there, it's I guess it's a process of just like figuring out like what to do. Like for example, at the start of any of my projects, if you had asked me questions about like what the finished product will be like, I would have been so wrong. I would have told you all the wrong answers. I would not have told you that like Grav would be like about like these color or like tone matched like triple sphere like whatever. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. Actually, no. Bbox is the closest I've ever been to accurately predicting like what a game would be at the end. Bbox I actually had almost entirely like. Oh no, that's not true. I'm lying. I'm lying out of my face. No, Bbox was originally going to be way different. Bbox wasn't going to have a defined grid. It was going to be so for people who don't know what I'm talking about with Bbox is yeah, if you go to binry.tv, these are all on my site. These are the ones I've been looking at are the on the prototype section, but then there are also other games under the jam section too. I switched my prototypes over to use WebGL, so they WebGL like Unity 5 just came out recently and it builds for WebGL, but it's not perfect yet. It's still a little hitchy. So you made a picture. Uh, that is, I don't know what to say about that. I'll just put it on screen and not say anything about it. Um, uh, it'll load in a second. Um, this is Bbox. Bbox. Yeah, no, a lot of Bbox was this was similar to how it turned out. Like my idea for Bbox was very similar to how it turned out in a lot of ways. But you know what I just remembered is this whole grid didn't exist originally. Instead of having this grid and like trying to fill the grid, it was going to start as a single square. So instead of having like this whole field laid out, there would just be a single square, and or there would be a single like lightly toned square, and the rest of them would be darkly toned. And what you would do is you would you would try and fill up that square, and if you and I might do this still someday. So like I might like the reason I didn't do this is because I realized it was like too confusing and weird, and I should start with something a little more basic. But yeah, no, originally the darker so you were still aiming for the lighter tone squares and trying to avoid the darker tone squares. But when you overlapped one of the darker tone squares, it would actually change the shape of the field. The darker tone squares would turn into the lighter tone squares, and then so for the next round, the game field would be bigger. I ended up, yeah, it was just like I don't know. I wanted it to be something like less variable, a little more consistent, just so that oh wait, yeah, the picture. This is this is the picture that Cheese Man Panda made. What's rude? I don't know what rude is. Maybe the picture. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah. So, all right. I've gotten really far off topic and off course, but yeah. The important thing about game dev is to keep like it's not like there's no trick to having ideas. It's just like the closest thing to a trick would be make sure that when you're having ideas, you're like holding on to them and like figuring out like what they're good for, and like and and then yeah, just I guess make sure that like when you're having ideas, or like I feel like everyone has ideas, because everyone has like concepts of like how things could be versus how things are, and I guess it's just a matter of like hold like when you have an idea of like how thing like an idea is kind of like a mistake is an idea. A mistake is that you had like you did one thing because you were thinking maybe one thing, but it turned out to be another thing instead. So like sometimes you make a mistake not because you were wrong necessarily, but because like I don't know, things just weren't how you expected, and maybe things how you maybe how you expected something to be was like actually a good way for things to be. So maybe like you could maybe like that could be an inspiration. Like I don't know, like yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. So maybe I'll just stop describing it. Hopefully I've done a good enough job describing it. All right, what am I don't know what I'm really trying to do here. I'm not going to worry about the depth or like volume or form of like the stuff here, because it will become clearer when I put stuff on it. So I'm basically at the stage where I should start putting stuff on the stuff. Put stuff on the stuff, right? I think that's the next order of business. I mean, as much as I want to put stuff on these carts, and I do, I really want to put stuff on the buildings. Oh yeah, these were the buildings that I said were too dull earlier. So maybe I think I'm actually just going to put, for starters, I'm just going to put a window here. So wait, what the heck is happening? Oh, I'm using the wrong hotkeys. My fingers are in the wrong position. Yep, that'll explain it. Yeah, these buildings were just too boring. Uh, oh yeah, I figured out what was wrong with the pirate ship quests with the chaining. Last time we had the pirate ship quest, stuff wasn't working because I'd accidentally introduced a bug that broke the whole quest chaining system. But that all got restored, and so now I don't know. Maybe we have done the pirate ship before, but this might be the first time the pirate ship quests actually work correctly. Uh, oh, that was way too thick. So let's narrow that down a little bit. Okay, so oh, the doors. That was the other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna swap out these doors. I'm literally just gonna swap them around. So this one can go here for a moment. Oops. Need to make it go underground. I can go there, and then this one can go here. And then this one can go here. It's like one of the challenges of looping backgrounds is making it not seem like monotonous, I guess. Like using like what tools you have. I don't know. I just, well, actually I guess like I don't know, that's not really advice that I was about to impart. I guess I was really about to say just then was that I because like the environments are looping, like I try and make them not not monotonous. Like I do what I can to make it so that they're at least like pleasant to look at. So uh yeah, just little things like, does this look weird? Like, is this the sort of thing that you look at it and it's going to be like every time you glance at it, it'll look weird to you, or is this going to be like the sort of thing where, you like it actually like looks okay? And that's like the door coloration, like not a huge deal, but it was just weird that like there were so many in a row that all look the same, and then yeah. Oops. No, not clone stamp tool. No, not clone stamp tool. Stop. Uh, all right. Yay, much better. All right, so now the last things to do. I can do the vegetation on the houses. I'm going to do that vegetation last because the vegetation is the least important thing to me. In fact, I want to be as frugal with that as I can because I don't actually want to be including as much as I can. Because like almost like so many environments include vegetation, like the forest, the river, the snowy forest. That I don't, and like so many of the environments are green too. Like all of those have like strongly green influences. So I was trying to make this environment like more reddish than anything. So I want to stay mostly in that tone to the extent that I can. Excuse me. Um, so yeah, let's. Oh, whoops! I still left a. I still have this weird thing over here. Um, so I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add the new. I'm gonna add stuff onto the little fruit stands on a new layer because I'll probably I don't know. It's entirely possible I'll like move them around and like try and get the try and get them to I don't know. I might like change the ordering or like I still don't know 100% what is going on in those things. They might all be food stands. This might be like a farmer's market or something, or like I don't know. We'll see how it turns out once we start drawing them in. Yeah, because the thing that was occurring to me is that like you know like one stand is probably gonna have like watermelons or something. And it could be just that like the only thing this town eats is like watermelons. So this will be the goods layer or the good layer apparently. This layer's good. The rest of them, all right. So did I miss anything in chat? I did kind of zone out a little bit. I think I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Uh, all right. So congratulations, Killer Q. You're blitzing through these levels, huh? Uh, um, all right, yeah. So watermelon, maybe watermelon. It's kind of this color, maybe a little brighter. Uh, Watermelons. Doop doop. Doop doop doop. And I guess the watermelons will be stacked like too high. I mean, you can't stack watermelons too high, but I think that could be okay. And then let's go back to a slightly darker tone. Use a smaller brush and darker than that actually. Yeah, yay watermelons. Or just really big grapes. I don't know. This is either a watermelon vendor stand or just the world's biggest grapes. I mean, I guess if it was watermelon, there'd probably be like a textural, uh, something to the. That might be too dark. I might have gone too dark with the coloration here. Yeah, because watermelons have like they're not just like bright green. I think that's why they look like grapes to me. Is that grapes are just like flatly bright green, whereas watermelon uh, would be like it has like striping to it. Uh, so watermelons. Yeah, sure, watermelons. All right, and so it's like I was thinking. I don't know for this. I actually didn't have like honestly, I want to put magazines here, but I don't think that's right. I don't know if they had many magazines back then. Um, so I don't actually want to put magazines on this rack, but when I like look at this rack, I like don't. Oh yeah, I never actually really built this rack. I like just kind of like slapped it in and like it's like, hey, how about that? Um, yeah, I don't really know what I want to actually like put here. I don't have like a very clear idea of like what goes on this stand. One thing I was thinking is like maybe bolts of cloth, or like maybe like rugs or something. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting trade off as to like what is appropriate, like what's convincing for this environment, and what I'm able to like render effectively. So, uh, Jackamas, hey, welcome back. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. I also hadn't like rendered them in. So if you thought they were a log, that would that would make sense as well. Um, I mean, one of the other things I was thinking is like I could, I don't know. Nah, I'll try like bolts of cloth. It's gonna be very colorful if I do this because it's gonna be like I basically want to do and this is like why I'm doing it on a separate layer. Um, oops. Oh, not clone stamp tool. Never clone stamp tool. So it'll be like, yeah, if I do like bolts of cloth, it'll be like, you know, like they'll like come up and they'll just be like kind of. Actually, I should do them layer by layer. So like do look at all these wonderful cloths that we have. And actually, it would kind of make sense if I'm doing bolts of cloth, I should probably put in. Oh yeah, actually, if I'm doing bolts of cloth, I should probably put this cloth color in. Like I should probably put in the cloth colors that are literally like appearing in the space. I don't know if this is gonna read as like bolts of cloth though. Is the thing. So I might have to change plans at some point, or like I don't know, figure something out. It's like what will work, what won't work. Uh, but then like all right, so that's too saturated. It's like really brightly saturated. Doop doop. Uh, so actually, I don't need quite that many. So yeah, so it's not just going to be. It's not. It's so, okay, so the other thing to make this a bolt of cloth is not just to add the shape, but also like. Wait, no. What is it? It's like a gray. It's like a gray thing that you would like see at the end of each. And actually, this brush might even be slightly too big. I'm gonna try zooming in a little more. Hey, Caspi, how's it going? Welcome. uh, is it is it Caspi? Is that right? Is that because at first I think previously I read it as Caspic, but it's the CXZ is like the suffix, right? It's Caspi CXZ. Is that all right? I know I pronounce like pretty much everyone's name wrong, so maybe I should just stop trying. But I do try to pronounce people's names correctly. So let me know if I'm getting it right or what. Uh, oh, am I missing questions? Uh, uh, yeah, Code Hard Programming is the programmingest 12-year-old I've ever met before. So, uh, uh, oh yeah, yeah. Tidor was one of our Signal Jam games. So the point of Tidor is to get the skeleton his eyeballs. Uh, so Tidor, this was for Signal Jam 4. We made this back in December. And so yeah, so skeleton plus eyeball equals happiness, I guess. So we decided to make it was supposed to be an open world RPG, but we didn't have time to do a lot with it because it was just a jam. It was just happening over a couple days. So Mr. Fado worked on the project. So so when we were talking about scope, like people were getting like really like out of control with like what they wanted of the like what they wanted in terms of game systems. And so like on the first day we sat down and we're like, this game is not going to include like all of those things. Like we've listed like 500 things and like there's no way we're gonna fit like all 500 of those things into this game. So like when I was trying to like explain, because we had a lot of like new people, I was trying to explain like scoping. I started talking about how like we like you know like in the time frame that we have, we really need to focus on like one game system and and get. I have so many sticks right now. I have a ton of sticks. Look how many sticks I have. Look at all these sticks. I'm rich. I'm stick rich. Um, so when we were talking about like what game system we actually was important to us, what one we actually wanted to work on. Well, actually, no, that's not how it came about. We basically just picked the first one. Like someone mentioned loot, and so we're like, all right, so it'll be an entire game about loot drops. So basically, oh yeah, so the theme of the jam was uh, not what I expected, but okay. That was the theme of the jam. And it was a game about loot where the theme was not what I expected, but okay. So we decided it was a game where you find sticks on the ground and you can give the sticks to. Actually, I think I came up with the sticks, but basically you find stuff on the ground, you can give stuff to people, and there's like so you'll notice on the top of the screen it tells you like eyeball monster plus stick equals sword. So now we have a sword. We can give the sword to the yellow person. Yellow person plus sword equals stick. So that didn't work out very well. But like, okay, so what about yellow person plus baguette? Like, oh, yellow person plus baguette equals stick. Um, Yellow person plus stick equals golden ring. Golden ring plus clown equals ruby. Um, yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of a weird game, but it's a game about getting a skeleton his eyeballs back. Uh, and yeah, we made it in a couple days, and I don't know. Wow, I feel like the Unity player crashes a lot more than it used to. It never used to crash, and yet I don't know. That's like the second time in a few days that I've seen it do it. So, whatevs. All right. Yeah, bolts of cloth. Is this reading as bolts of cloth? I wonder. Oops, didn't mean to switch. Uh, I don't know. Maybe. They're all the same tone. Some of them should be darker. Like there should be some bolts of cloth that are like they're all the same like value levels. So there's one that was like, well, I just made that brown. I probably shouldn't make brown cloth because I would. Well, no, I mean I could have brown cloth. I should be careful with it because it's gonna be hard to tell the difference between brown cloth and the wood that it's that's holding the stand up. Doop doop. So I don't know if this is reading as cloth, but whatever. I'm gonna keep going for now. Oops. Too big. Doop doop. Doop doop doop. I don't want to go too crazy with the saturation, because like that red color was like really saturated. Also, I guess like, oh, I do kind of repeat tones, so I don't have to repeat tones really. I can just keep tone picking. So I guess like I don't know. It might be a little unrealistic how I'm making so many different types of cloth. Like maybe I'm going a little overboard with it. So I should probably not like I should probably like repeat. I should probably repeat some colors of cloth because I don't know. It's a little weird to have like so many different kinds. I should also have some that are a little more drab. Like this one's pretty drab. These just look like I don't know, balloon animal or like these just look like I don't know what they look like, but I don't know if they look like bolts of cloth. And that might be fine. Like I don't have to like explain literally everything. It's like not like anyone's gonna fail at gameplay. um, T-Door for us was 2D open world RPG. 2D open world RPG, yeah, was what T-Door was to us. Test drive off road. That's a good one too. Uh, um, um, so, uh, um, I have an answer to the question. Oh, I can answer the question of what's a pirate's favorite letter because I'm on stream delay, so you'll yeah. That was gonna be my guess. The pirate's first love is the sea. Because R is the obvious one, right? Like R, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what Killer said. Or well, yeah, okay. Um, I might have gotten that one right if I hadn't waited so long to guess. It could have happened. All right. So these are. This is either like. This is a. All right. So this is. I like to me. This is a cloth. These are like bolts of cloth. Although, if to you these are. If this is an array of amazing multicolored cucumbers, then that's also fine. I don't. Whatever. That's your prerogative. If that's what you see when you look at this picture. That might be a more valid interpretation, hypothetically, but whatever. Whatever. Uh, I'm gonna put little nubs on your multicolored cucumbers. Explain that. um, so I'll also keep on. Right, because I really shouldn't be taking so much time to do all of these things um, because I still haven't done the character art, and I know I'm gonna get finicky about the character art too. So, uh, yeah. All right, so that's. Oh, I should put some. Oh yeah, of course. I should put like some shading tone on these, of course, because I won't go too deluxe, but like. I basically just drop them all down by like 8, so like or like 10. 8? Maybe just 8 because I don't want this to be like too busy. I mean it's already really busy. So all right, so 60 uh wait, which one did I do? I forget. I'll do these in order so that way. Oops. Ravel. I'm just going to close these for now because I keep accidentally clicking them. Don't save. Alright, so this one, 69 goes down to 61. Stop honking, please stop honking. Alright, so 69 goes down to 61. 94 goes down to 86. Huh. That's pretty subtle. Wait, seriously? 94? Yeah. Alright, whatever. I guess it is supposed to be subtle. I'm trying to make it subtle, so whatever. It's subtle. There you go. There you have it. Okay, and then I mean I technically defined this color already, but whatever. 75 goes down to 77 or 67. Stop honking, please. 92 goes down to 84. Doop doop. 74 goes down. Is this even making a difference? Is this? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Man. I I suck at this. No, I just mean like everything I say about like what I should be doing with this village, I just like do the exact opposite, which is fine. I don't care. But I was like talking about how like I don't want anything to be like too stand out, and so immediately I make like this weirdo cart and I make like a rack full of like colorful uh colorful cloths that like stand out like a sore thumb. So that would probably be like probably the best reason for me not to actually be doing this after all, but I don't really feel like changing course right now either. So maybe I should just learn from my mistakes. Alright, so 74 goes to 66. 52 goes to 44. Oh, these are the same ones. Oh, am I missing chat? Hold on, let me check in just a second. Chat. Uh, 88 goes down to 80. 61 goes down to 53. 53, not 5. 68 goes down to 60. I already did this one. Stylus. There's a button on the side of my stylus, and I tend to accidentally press it with my thumb, and it makes my stylus stop working, which is the least useful button you could possibly put on a stylus, is the stop working button. I tried taking it off once, didn't want to come off. Not my favorite feature of this particular stylus, but whatever. Okay. Oh, I missed one. I got too enthusiastic about doing my duplicates on the bottom row. I forgot to finish this one. All right, so 88 goes down to 80. Oops. There we go. All right, so I shouldn't have done that, but whatever, I did it. That's fine. And then, all right, so we have quote unquote bolts of cloth here, and then so what'll be on this stand? I guess it should be something. Could be. This guy's got watermelons. This guy's got bolts of cloth. What are other things that you would sell? What are other things that you'd be selling? Oh, I just realized like watermelon stand used to, originally I was planning on having someone like standing behind the watermelon stand, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that anymore. So I don't know what I'll do about that. Maybe I'll have him standing like next to the stand or something. I can thin out the beam here. Oops, thin out the beam here, and then we can have the person like standing off to the side, I guess. Not that thin. I don't know, like that or something. Actually, though, I guess if I do that, I should probably shave this down slightly. That's fine. Okay. So there are the grapes. Pickled grapes. um so yeah, I could put like oh, how about like I don't think this makes sense necessarily, but I want to put like chickens there. I want to put chickens on here. There's gonna be like a brown chicken, or like a rust colored chicken. There's gonna be a lighter colored chicken, and there's going to be a grayish. Oh, none of these grays are quite right. Well, mostly because they're like bluish. But like a grayish chicken. Because you can just buy a chicken for whatever reason. I don't care if you can't really buy chickens in real life at like little stands. Here, this is a magical place, and here you can buy chickens if you want to buy chickens. So you can buy chickens. Oh, I'm drawing this on the wrong layer. Alright, well I haven't drawn very much of it, so I can draw it on the correct layer. Alright, so chickens. Doop-a-doop. So, chickens. Chickens. The other chickens were this color. And this color. Chickens. Happy chickens. They're happy chickens too. They're not like sad chickens or anything weird like that. Uh, just in case anyone was concerned about the state of the chickens. Doop-a-doop. So, magical chickens? They might be magical chickens. It's entirely possible that these chickens are magical in some way. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the merchant tried to convince you that they're magical in some way. Whether they're actually magical in some way remains to be seen. But the chicken merchant probably actually would want to convince you that they are in fact magical in some way. Chicken heads are a little smaller than how I'd been depicting them, and they're I think I'll need like some shading or tone to because chickens have wings, which are kind of important to their whole chicken head. They also have eyes, I guess. Technically. I'm not a biologist, but I think chickens technically have eyes. I remember reading that somewhere. Alright, wait, hold on. I'm going to cheat the eyes. I'm going to make the eyes darker on the darker birds. I'm going to make them lighter on the lighter bird. Just because believe it or not, I am trying to stick with the things that I said earlier about how I don't want like I don't want too much like contrast or like weirdness on the contents of these like stands or whatever. Um, it's just an everyday normal, nothing special. Pay no specific attention to the chicken stand. Yes. Yes. So, all right. Chickens. This is the chicken hut. This is where you go when you need to go buy chickens, or maybe this is where you get eggs. I don't know. If you talk to the merchant, I'm sure the merchant can explain in more clear terms like what is going on here. What is the nature of this business? But it's something to do with chickens. Very well behaved chickens. Look at them. They're just kind of like perched there, just kind of like hanging out. So I probably could have gone a little more defined with them, but I don't know. I'm fine with that. How they are. Actually, I'm gonna scale back the beak a little bit because the beaks were a little bit. I think the beak. I went a little overboard with the beaks. They looked a little too much like ducks because they had such big beaks. Yeah, that's fine. All right. And so yeah, the chickens are a little smaller than the watermelon, so you can actually kind of see through. And I can put someone behind the chicken stands. The chicken merchant. I'm planning on putting someone like between these two stands. Oh, so actually, I can slide this stand back in the other direction. I slid it down to make room for the other stand on the end, but the other stand on the end doesn't actually need as much room. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks in this direction, just to make more space for the guy running the stand. And I will move the stand so that the things are not like floating and falling off. So on this layer, or no, this layer, let's also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I forget how many clicks, but that looks fine, so we'll call it that. Alright, good. That's all. Oh yeah, and there's supposed to be like that little lump next to the stand is supposed to be a stool. I guess I could render that now. Doop-a-doop. Just a little stool for the guy sitting next to the fabric, whatever, to be sitting on. Wow. It's apparently really hard for me to draw stools. It doesn't have to be anything special. It's like yeah, it's like a small stool to be sitting on. That's fine. There, it's a stool. It's a small stool. He's gonna be covering it up mostly, so you won't even really be seeing much of it. Okay. Sorry, I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm gonna mute the microphone for just 1 second. I will be right back. Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry for the delay. Okay. Alright, chickens. We got watermelons, we got bolts of fabric. What else could you ask for? I need to figure that out because there are at least 2 more stands that, so the traveling one, I think, is going to have, like, a bunch of different things. Like, this one, I think, is going to have, like, all sorts of assorted, I don't know what exactly. Uh, um, so, uh, sorry, I, yeah, so I think, like, I think there can be, like, weird baubles and, like, I don't, like, all sorts of, like, various and, like, assorted, not like that, just, like, oh gosh, like, how picky can I get? I, no, if I, whatever, I should probably just embrace it. Like, there's no chance that, like, these things are gonna seem like, not, like, very prominent and, like, stand out. Huh. So, yeah, no, I don't know. Whatever, this is fine. All right. Oh, bread. Yeah, that was another one that I was gonna do. Oh, maybe this is the baker. No, this person should have like strange and assorted goods, I think. So, apparently controls. No, not Control Z. Control Shift Z. No, what was it? Nope. I just stopped hitting random buttons because I'm gonna mess something up. I hit some keystroke that was like actual. Oh, Control A. No, Control Shift A. Yeah, Control Shift A is actual size. Interesting. All right. Yeah. No. So what was I? So like. So yeah. So what if there was like. What if there was like a box of like. If there's like a case uh of like precious, I don't know what. So like what if there was like a case and it had like maybe there's like a not quite as deeply colored uh whatever, and then in the case there's like gold things. uh, like coins and jewels and assorted nice things. I don't know. That's probably too bright. Yeah, that's way too bright. But I don't know. It looks okay, I guess. Alright, so let's go for a darker gold color. Still very contrasty. Maybe that's okay there. So they're like delightful wares, and maybe they're like colored scarves or something. I mean, I know I did bolts of cloth over here, but maybe they're like maybe there's like maybe they're like some manner of like not just like raw cloth, but like I don't know, something something nice hanging from the from the from like the whatever, this stuff. um, yeah, there's nothing subtle about this. There's no subtlety to be found anywhere in this in these circumstances, which is a little, I don't know. I had said otherwise. I said I was going to go for like some level of subtlety, and things turned out differently. What can I say? Didn't see it coming necessarily. So, whoops. All right. Doop doop. Oops. So, how are you guys doing? You guys having a good Friday? Or whatever day it is where you are? I guess in some parts of the world it's probably not even Friday anymore, right? Those people are probably asleep though. Maybe? I don't know. It is Friday. Or it was Friday. So maybe they're not asleep yet. Uh, so, wait, what color am I going for? Purplish. Doop-a-doop. So, yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday where I am too. Friday's a cool day. It's only like 2:35 on Friday, so the Friday is still young. Still very young. I I don't have any specific plans, but you don't need like plans on a Friday to enjoy a Friday. Like Fridays are usually just like, in my experience, Fridays are like usually pretty good, regardless of whether you had something specific in mind or if you just let it let whatever let whatever happen as it will. All right, so there's like jewelry and scarves and like I'm just thinking like the caravan, since it's mobile, it should feel a little more exotic or something. So I guess jewelry and scarves to me are exotic. And then just like, oh, I guess like, I don't know, maybe just like strange artifacts, right? Like maybe there's like a like a strange like sculpture-y piece or whatever. Technically, this layer is above the thing, so I'm basically just gonna be like deleting it to make it look like it's coming down to the correct point. Uh, just like, yeah. Oops. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this weird sculpture thing, whatever it's gonna be, I guess will be maybe it'll look like a bust or something. Maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe it's like a strange bust. I don't know. Or maybe it's just like a strange, indistinct statue piece of whatever. I don't know. Oh, you know what I could do is oh yeah, no, you know what I should do is Well, no, I don't know if I should. I was thinking I should put the mystic character in this game has like a an emblem that they wear, and I was thinking like maybe I could put like the emblem on the cart, and so it looks like I don't know, it would kind of explain like where you get that emblem from. Oh, whoops. I was I was thinking like the bust would be like could be like a sculpture like of a person's face or something. And I put a nose on it just reflexively. Then I was like, wait a second, people don't have noses in this game. So it'd be a little weird if I did that. So I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be like a bust, maybe it's not. But it doesn't have a nose. um, because people don't have noses in this game. Details. Um, all right. So yeah. Whatever this is, it's I guess hold on, wait, what do adventures look like? Yeah, I guess I can make it like follow roughly like a similar like jawline. So I won't like make it definitively or like clearly like a sculpture of a person's face, but I'll leave it like open ended. That it could be. Okay, and then what other what other strange things would there be in in a strange caravan of this sort? Like well, so for one thing, I probably just I'm probably not gonna I'm probably not gonna have this this background come up so far because it implies a little more depth than or it implies like more surface than I think I necessarily want to imply. So uh, hmm. What what would look good? Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna move the I'm gonna move this thing to the other side because the just the way it's angled seems weird to me. Oops, wrong layer. I'm gonna put this over. Oops. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. I drew those on separate layers. Uh, right. uh, so let's cut this. Oh, wrong layer. Cut this. Yeah, there we go. New layer. I gotta stop making so many layers, but alright, this, and then put it down here. Alright, and then yeah, I think I'll move this sculpture. Uh, I'll move it over as well. Move it like back over to the other side. Should I move it up a little bit too? So I can put something else in front of it. No, whatever. It's fine where it is, I guess. Right. Deselect. And then, oh yeah, because I was gonna put, I'm gonna put like, some sort of, just like, I don't know, general like implements, like in specific. Oh, actually, wait, this is the scepter. That's the mystic scepter. I'm gonna put the mystic scepter. Yeah, I won't put the pendant. Yeah, I was thinking I could put the pendant in the cart, but I won't put the pendant in the cart. I'll put the scepter in the cart. Uh, so actually, I guess I don't have to draw it in the exact same coloration. I'll just use this coloration that we have here. So I don't know. I can just put like various implements. I could put like if I felt like I could put like the sickle that you get as the. No, I shouldn't get too repetitious with like the stuff that I put here. But like oh, I'm gonna put like I'm gonna put like a crystal ball looking thing. Uh, like I'll I'll shape this better too because it's a little bit lumpy. Uh, maybe like I don't know, maybe like something vaguely like magic wand looking or something. like oh yeah, right. That color is dark. Uh, so maybe like I don't know what this is supposed to be exactly, but like it's a magic wand, I guess. Wait, hold on. Oops. This is a magic wand or something. I mean, I could actually I could do the stereotypical white capped magic wand. I don't know, because why not? Um, oh, these aren't really laying flat. Yeah, so actually, wait, no. If I want these to lay flat, they'd go. Yeah, yeah. I was drawing them like I don't know why I was drawing them like that. But no, it'd be better if it was like. Actually, wait, hold on. So I'm just gonna redraw that. It took like half a second to draw, so all right. Uh, yeah, they should be like lengthwise. Uh, Doop doop, and then yeah, the magic wand can go like so, and then yeah, so a crystal ball. I guess the crystal ball is gonna have like probably also a stone base, I guess, but then I'll have like a crystally sort of I don't know, crystally sort of something, um, and yeah, swirls too, because what crystal ball doesn't have like strange swirls in it, right? So let's use a smaller brush for this. Oops. So like, hold on. I don't know if that's quite right, but it's fine enough, I guess. And I'll give it a glint too. Really light. I don't know. It's a crystal ball. That's what a crystal ball is. Actually, I should give it a slight bit of shading too. Why is my stylus not working this time? I have an ever-growing list of reasons why sometimes my stylus doesn't work. It's not my favorite list. I should not be using a 1 pixel brush here. There's no reason for me to be using a 1 pixel brush here. Why did I just use a 1 pixel brush? Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna be, alright, I feel like I need like one more thing. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. This layer I'm gonna put below the others. Whoops, no, not that layer. Sorry. What layer are these scarves on? Yeah, I'm gonna put them behind the other things. Oh wait, can I do that? Is there anything else on that layer? Was I using that layer for anything else, like the chickens or anything? No, seems okay. Alright. Alright, that didn't mess anything up. Alright, good. So yeah, I think I'm just going to continue the scarves across a little further, and then that'll be good. Alright, so we did... Oops, what am I doing? Don't do that. Alright, so we did pink, purple, blue, green. Let's do yellow. What layer are these on? This layer? Yeah, it doesn't actually sit underneath the other stuff. Actually, that was really dark, or that was really bright. Instead, I'll just like stick with like some more neutral tones. And I don't have to use the exact same colors from over there. I can also just like pick colors. So like, oh, that's like almost the exact same green. uh, oh yeah, I didn't go for like much orange because, oh yeah, orange and yeah, whatever. All right, you know, I'm just gonna attack with it. I'm just gonna repeat. Uh, yeah, that's actually fun. It's entirely satisfactory. Oops, I'll use a slightly smaller brush to uh, just add like the latest bit of slightest amount of shape and form to these, and then we can move along. Keep it going. Alright. Cool. Oh, sorry, I'm talking really softly. Because I do that. I don't know when I do that exactly. But my brain, like when I'm working on maybe it's because I'm working on small details. Like these things are really small. I should be talking softly for some reason. All right, so yeah, just given the amount of detail that I put on the like those things, I do need to like we were talking about earlier, like the if you introduce a level of detail, you kind of have to stay consistent about it. So I do need to like touch up the shape of the wagon just slightly. Oh, I should do it on the correct layer though, because we've now defined this wagon to be like you know have so much in the way of like what you can perceive of its like shape and form and stuff. So, oops, wrong tool. So yeah, so what am I gonna do here? Oh yeah, so I'll just like I'll give it a roof. That'll help. Doop-a-doop. And I'll also give the the umbrella, whatever it's called, is give it a little better defined shape, a little more intentional, and not like that though. Yeah. And then I guess, yeah, I should also do the edge of the wagon. There's no reason I actually shouldn't have done that earlier. And then it's pretty good, I feel like. That's pretty okay. It's a wagon. Alright, I should really see how crazy this is. Like, and by that I mean, so I'm gonna squish these layers together. All these layers. Yeah. Oh, all these layers too. Alright, so copy, file, open, BG's village, near ground. Paste this. Save this. Let's see what this looks like in game. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully it's just fine. I did say I wanted to add like a lot of color and like, you know, different elements to the environment. So hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully I hit on that and it doesn't look weird. Let's find out. That could be okay. They're chickens. Yeah. All right. I don't know why I was so worried. It's just a. It's just a. Well, yeah. No. I guess. Yeah. No. I wasn't really necessarily worried about it looking weird up front. I was worried. And I still am a little bit worried about it looking weird. In repetition. But. Whatever. Can't really worry about that. Those audio effects always sound so sad when I have two instances of the game running. It'd be nice if I could just tell it not to like duck that audio. but whatever. All right, so yeah,